medieval city with full interiors in my forever world. And today we will wrap up all the new area with the house and workplace for the doctor, the painter, the carpenter and the tailor. There's also room for the city barracks and for the lodge of a secret society and more awesome buildings. All with furniture and decorations in vanilla Minecraft, no mods required. But sorry, it's not gonna happen right now. I will keep up to my promises, but for now, we need people in this empty city. Do you remember all the lore behind the city buildings, the blacksmith and his apprentice, the baker and his customers, the guild of butchers, the mayor and their daughter? Well, they will finally have a face. Yeah, everyone will have this face. Let me freak out to show you the upper city. It's actually a village transformation from 3 years ago, but lately all villagers got killed or escaped to the Biome Museum, of all places. Let me handle them so I can go back to build the city. The landed starship with the Biome Museum is a nice project from a couple of years ago, but we are not here to explore it. I know, the starship looks empty, but follow me to the engine room. And here they are. The holiday is over, guys. It's time to go back to the city and find a job. Such a pain, but I want to believe you can forget your life in the starship and will be able to fit in a medieval city. Are we clear? What do you think? Should we let them free? Alright, I want to trust you. You are in charge of the grocery store. Good for you. And you... No, don't try to get back to the starship. Oh no, don't jump down. And we lost him in the caves. You guys had your chance, and now I don't trust you anymore. You will stay in the boats until the city is safe for you. I seriously think there should be a villager doctor who sells potions and, most importantly, heals his fellow citizens when they get hurt. Well, while the guys at Mojang think about it, let's build the doctor's house. To be consistent with the medieval style, buildings have a walking area at the ground floor and a living area for the family on the upper floors. So the doctor visits his patients on the ground floor and his family lives upstairs. Some walls of the buildings are flat because they will be connected to a warehouse and a tailoring shop, which we will build later in this video. I crafted a doctor sign in the last banner video and now you know why. So let's start by placing one at the main entrance. It's my own design and it mixes a red cross with the caduceus. Check the fancy banner video to learn how to craft it. One banner goes near the waiting room and the third one at the back entrance, and we can take care of the interiors. I mixed a couple of pale moss blocks to the floor to add plants. Empty bookshelves are, well, shelves, and we can fill this corner with them too. Now a lantern so you can actually see what I'm doing. Nice. The doctor sits here, and these are for the patients. But the doctor has a backrest, don't blame him. Let's fill the walls with paintings, but calming ones. Nope. That's better. Now a big one in this corner. I like it. And behind the doctor's chair, nope. Any but not this one. Fine. The doctor has a dark, imposing desk and, doctor's decorations. Why do doctors fill their offices with skulls, skeletons and stuff like that? Alright, that's the right vibe. The patient waiting room needs a couple of sofas, books to read while you wait, a relaxing crystal, and then some plants on the pale moss blocks. A large painting here? No, this is the same as the studio. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Nope. Again? Oh man, it's not what I wanted, but we'll keep in it, right? These are reminders. Eat healthy food, people. The waiting room is too modern, I know, so let's get back to medieval medicine with a disturbing operating room. This is the operating table. And redstone, yep, sorry, you got it. This is an anatomical model. I wonder what can go wrong. In the operating room, we need shelves with instruments and medicines. Hey, no, I don't want to set my respawn point on an operating table. How did that happen? It's creepy. Anyway, ladders can be thin shelves and candles near the head to better perform brain surgery, a hanger for the medical coat, and more instruments. Finally, frames for medicines, and the closest Minecraft vanilla tool I found for a scalpel. Alright, let's get out of here and never come back. Let's move to the upper floor where the family lives. When designing interiors, the first thing to do is divide the space into smaller rooms. Do it logically, knowing what to use the rooms for, and putting the doors in the right place. The living room is an open space with a dining table, the kitchen, food storage and decorations such as plants and paintings. The door leads outside to a balcony. Two bedrooms opens onto the living area. The master bedroom has a small lavatory with a mirror banner. The kids' bedroom has a desk, books and many crystals. I guess one of the doctor's sons is not interested in his father's career and instead wants to become a geologist. Sorry, Doc. The tailor lives and works in another building in the city center. It's mostly a working place with a workshop for weaving, dyeing and working fabrics at the ground floor, the tailoring shop at the first floor and a small living area for the owners at the very top. I did some research to better understand what to include in a weaving workshop, but it won't be an historical reconstruction. Let's start with the dyeing cauldron. The structure is holding a roller with two levers, like this. The fabric is slowly pulled up from the dye and wrapped around the roller. I hope they will add cauldrons with colored water in Java too. This will look awesome with red water. In this corner, I want to build a large room to weave cloth from the raw product here on the floor. Temporary rods, and now I can put them in the right direction to have two large rollers. Let's close it like so, and the banners are the woven fabric. Now a couple of bags with different colors to dye fine fabrics for special customers. I wish there were more jelly-like blocks of different colors. I added a mannequin in a store window, dressed with a colorful set of clothes. Let me show you the final version of the workshop with all the fabric storage and the machinery. You don't often see weaving workshops in Minecraft villages, but I think I did a good job. The tailors work at the first floor, where all the fabric crafted downstairs is cut and sewn into custom-made suits. Looms can't be missed, and I hope villagers will find them to get a profession. A fancy striped cloth is woven here. I wonder who will wear it. Now, a couple of tables where the tailor can measure and cut the fabric, so we need shears. And another mannequin in this corner to display some samples. As you can see, I added a couple of details to complete the first floor, where customers can have their tailor-made suits, maybe while enjoying the view from the balcony. Yeah, the city is taking shape. Let me show you the second floor where the owners live. They are all about work, so they don't need a big house, just a kitchen, a dining table and a bed. It's not much, but they are okay with it. And they have a view of the main square that we should totally decorate right now with a formal garden. Let's add a smaller building next to the tailor's house. Nobody lives here, but you will find a quirky shop at the ground floor, and you won't be admitted at the first floor unless you don't pledge loyalty to the Mob Hunters Guild. They are weird guys, eclectic explorers who believe monsters are real and can show you so-called proof like slime blocks, wind charges and mob ads. What strange people there are in a Minecraft world! Let's walk around the new building to get inside the shop at the ground floor. I know, if it's a secret society, maybe they shouldn't have put a sign outside. These people are very brave, or maybe they are rich enough to buy loot from adventurers. Pillager banner, wind charges, prismarine from an ocean monument, slime and even a dragon head. This door is protected with a trapdoor so villagers won't be able to use it, but if we go through... Wait, a painting? Well, my forever world is old, and once there was a large cave here, the entrance to my underground area. I didn't want to close it, so I built a secret passage in the mob shop. Hey, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think so. Let's head upstairs to decorate the guild lodge. It's a small room, but I want to fill it with trophies, treasures and maps. The Grand Master will sit here, while the other members will have smaller but comfortable chairs. They are weird people, but also rich and powerful and very interested in exploration. Let's build them a nice meeting table where to discuss all their secrets and plan the next adventure. As you can see, I added gold decorations to the room, like this full armor, a plate, and a bell for their meetings. I finally find the right place for the Illuminati banner I designed almost a year ago with the flow pattern from the trial chambers. Finally, the city map goes in this empty spot. Welcome to the Mob Hunter Secret Society. As you can see, I added some gloomy paintings and a large library with all the maps and journals. I think the hall has the right vibe, opulent and a bit mysterious. And a villager could decide to become a cartographer and work here. Maybe he's the one who drew the city map. What do you think? But shh, let's keep this door closed with all its secrets. Right in front of the Mob Hunter's Lodge and next to the doctor's house, there's a carpenter's workshop. It's a low building, mainly in terracotta, and it hosts a large workshop at the ground floor where different kinds of woods are cut and worked. At the first floor you will find the family house, with living room and bedrooms, and a spiral staircase leads to the tower at the top. The carpenter workshop is filled with working tables where different kinds of Minecraft logs from the overworld and the nether are worked. Logs are cut into planks and slabs to build furniture and tools. High shelves display more wood samples and finished woodwork. Carpenter lives in the same neighborhood as the monster hunters and the doctor. It's a quiet place despite everything. Look at all the different logs ready to be cut. Someone removed all the bark from the birch with a plane. Yeah, I can see why. The shelves are filled with leftover pieces, finished furniture and half-baked works. Let's follow the spiral staircase to the first floor where the family lives. There's a nice kitchen with some homegrown veggies, a table and 2 bedrooms. The second bedroom opens to the city walls. Maybe the carpenter's son is a soldier and needs to get to his workplace quickly. Or maybe he just likes to enjoy the view of the city entrance we built a couple of episodes ago. From the living area we can also get out to a large balcony connected to the doctor's house we built today. While in this little opening there's room for a small building that could be a warehouse. The warehouse is tiny, designed to fill an empty space between 3 buildings and the city walls. I used calcite textured with white blocks for the ground floor, then lime terracotta for the first floor. As you can see, I had to build the wall of the next house to wrap it up, and then I added a weathered copper roof with mossy bricks and pale moss. I heard a zombie while I was gathering materials for the interiors, and I realized I forgot to put a torch in the upper floor of the warehouse. I didn't know that there was also a creeper ready to blow up all my work. Look at me from the window as I stare at the building. Luckily, I decided to fly away to make them despawn instead of engaging them. Alright, follow me down this alley to the carpenter and the back entrance to the doctor's house. Hello, what's up, man? I freed the villager from the caves. Come on, I'm not a monster. Anyway, I had so much fun decorating the interiors of the warehouse. This floor is filled with food and house items and tools. Hay bales, potatoes on a campfire, candles, plants, you know. And yes, you can see the city walls and my dome from here. Downstairs is more about working machinery and raw materials, and it's used by several craftsmen in the city to store their supplies. We have wool, TNT, an anvil. Let's head outside. This is gonna be a tiny alley between the doctor's studio and the new house we are about to build. Get ready, because this is the place where a famous painter lives. To be an artist's house, this building looks too plain. Let's start with the optical illusion banner, one of my designs from a previous fancy banners video. Then more paintings, displayed for sale. Even a pure artist has to earn a living. He likes to experiment with new techniques, so this is the sculpture table with all the tools. And these are very large containers of oil paints. Fences to make an easel, a walking table, and the white banner is a black canvas ready to be turned into a new masterpiece with this very brush. I filled the studio with more details, and I think that the painter's house is one of my favorite buildings here in the city. There are more paintings, like I said. Sometimes he must paint on commission, like the sculpture of the creaking on this table. And then a canvas made of wool and oak trapdoors, his latest work. Do you want to know where the painter got his inspiration from? Typically from still lifes. You work with a real subject, something like this. Let's pay a visit to the painter's house. He has a nice kitchen and a large table, even if he lives alone because he likes to have guests for dinner. And upstairs there's a small, cozy bedroom in the loft, which overlooks the room below. We wrapped up a large section of the city today. The mob enters the Tailor to the city square with the doctor's house. Like I said at the very beginning, this is an expansion, and that staircase connects the lower city to the old town. That's the pub, and the gates we built in a garden axe video. We are almost done, but there's still room for more. Let's focus on this section of the city where we are about to build the city barracks. Soldiers who live in the barracks need to practice. At least, this is what their commander thinks. So, there's an archery range with targets and more weapons in the courtyard. Follow me along the main street. Right in front of the painter's house, we have the barracks with the city coat valves. All windows have bars. This is the mess hall, and outside there's the archery range we built before with plenty of targets and bows. Let's get back inside. This is the prison, and of course it can be opened from the inside. There are 2 cells with beds and a container for drinks, obviously. A teacup maybe put on the floor, why not? I don't know, what else you're thinking? Upstairs, there are the beds for the soldiers. It's a barracks, so it's supposed to be plain and not too comfortable or decorated. There are more beds in the mezzanine, and then if we climb up the tower from here, the looks out, keep an eye on the city and its surroundings. The main square is almost done. It just requires more love. Maybe a custom tree instead of all the boxes. city to the old town. Look at the Irish pub. It's here since probably a couple of years. Why don't we build the owner's house right across the street? Innkeeper owns also a small vineyard and opium to brew homemade beer and wine for the pub's customers. He lives in a fancy house, maybe a little lavish. Yep, don't mind the aquarium in the main entrance, folks, he can afford it. Upstairs, we have access to the said opium and to a living area with a fireplace and a table made of extended pistons. At the first floor, there's a large bedroom with a small studio for all the pub paperwork. We started the city expansion 2 months ago, building the monumental entrance, and look how far we've come. The city is growing with new buildings, features, activities, and it's almost time to set free the villagers to claim it as their own. Today, we finally managed to connect the lower city to the old one, up to the hill, to the city gates we built in a previous video. But we are not done yet, because there's still room here between the pub and the river for a more rustic neighborhood. In the next episode, we will build a large, fully decorated winery with a tasting room and the owner's house, a medieval greenhouse, and a flower market. Thank you for watching. Leave a like while you're still here, and see you soon!
Don't be a creeper if you like what you see. Raise your hands high and thumbs up for me, my MC.